about to attempt Owl Pass in this major thunderstorm.
Our goal is to get over the mountains before dark.
We're Jacob and Alyssa. We recently started our journey living full-time in our EarthRoamer. Over the next few days, we're going to be exploring the epic San Juan Mountains in Colorado.
I feel like the camera's really just not doing this justice.
I can't see on the side of it. It's really rocky. It is moving.
Look at these ruts we sunk pretty deeply.
This is gonna be camp for the night. Should be really cool.
Luckily, with all this rain that's happening right now, we got the door leak fixed at EarthRoamer. Since our last adventure, we went home to Central Oregon, installed a new bike rack for the motorcycle. We spent time with family, traveled across the states back to Colorado, attended an EarthRoamer event, and then got a ton of service done.
We also got our barbecue fixed, so we were able to test that out the other day and look forward to doing a lot more grilling on our adventures.
And I think maybe the most important fix that happened while we were at EarthRoamer is we found out we had a mouse living in our EarthRoamer.
So we took care of that.
We took care of that. That issue is gone. But we spent the last few months being like, oh, EarthRoamers are great, and they're just like a little bit smelly. That is not the case.
It's the mouse.
It was the mouse living in our headliner.
So if you think it's your toilet,
it's not.
It's probably your mouse.
It's and we've picked up a third dog.
We're actually just dog sitting, but she's loving the adventure so far. Owl Pass Trail cuts off the whole corner of the highway that goes up through Montrose. It allows us to get from Cimarron basically over to Ridgeway, over the mountains, without having to follow the highway all the way around through Montrose.
Well, so far this drive has been really lovely.
Road's a little muddy today with the thunderstorm and pouring rain, but that's okay.
We're seeing a ton of deer, and the foliage is changing, so these views are so pretty. And there's a number of ranches up here. This would be a lovely place to have property.
Yeah, this is quite nice back here.
Wow.
This is pretty incredible.
This is why we should never take the highway again.
Yeah, exactly.
This road is really not busy, so we just pulled over on the side and jumped out, and we're going to just admire the view. I feel like the camera's really just not doing this justice. This is such a perfect fall day. A little bit of rain, a little bit of clouds, some sunshine peeking through, the trees starting to change color, and this gorgeous view behind us.
That was really cool. The view here is amazing. So glad we chose to do this, and all the peaks are incredible. And we're probably gonna get to Silverton after dark at this point, but that's okay. We're enjoying the views and experience. Let's go. We got a little bit of a break in the thunderstorm, but it looks like it just rolled back in, and the trail got a lot more narrow, and we crossed over a couple of wood bridges, and now we're climbing in elevation again. There are some really cool looking campsites up here at the top that I just stopped quickly and threw into Onyx so we can come back to them in the future, probably maybe more towards middle summer when it's a little bit warmer up here. And we could hang out outside and take in the nice views.
So far this pass has been very, very manageable. I've been really impressed by the way that Colorado maintains its passes.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, this is better than the I-70.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been
smooth,
a nice smooth road.
Graded nicely. And I would say any car with four-wheel drive could do this, probably.
Yeah. There's cows in the road.
I don't think they're moving for us. I think you can just inch towards them a little bit and say, hey cows, I'm coming.
Hi, cows are coming.
See, they're moving over to the side, all of them, so you can pass them, honey.
So one thing to note about Owl Creek Pass is that it goes over 10,000 feet. So depending on the time of year, you might encounter snow or quite a bit of snow. There was a little dusting coming up on the north side slopes, but overall we haven't hit any today. But that's something to keep in mind depending on the time of year you choose to come up here.
I feel like Colorado blows us away
It
every
does.
single time we're here.
Yeah, I mean, that was so much better than the highway, and it was just so scenic.
Like, even the highways in Colorado are scenic. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, that's true. Well, we're gonna hop off the dirt and onto the pavement and head to Silverton. We just went through Ouray and are climbing up the mountain pass to Silverton, and it is quite the drive. If you've never driven this, it is absolutely worth doing. And then once we get to Silverton, we will head outside town and try to find a nice camp for the night. All right, we think we found the road to camp. We just dropped down off the main road, and now we're doing this fairly steep road down, and then supposedly at the bottom there's a water crossing we're gonna try to cross tonight and get down into where we want to camp for the night. It's dropped down to 37 degrees, so it's much cooler now.
Thank goodness for this new light bar we got.
Yeah,
This would be
potentially.
really dark if...
Yeah. Ooh. Although
Ooh.
I can't see on the side of. I can't see where you
I
are.
can see it's just a lip, but it's fine.
Okay. And then we're going across this river.
Oh my.
Yeah. That is right. Go.
Are we sure about this?
Yeah.
We've never done water like this before. It's looking kind of deep and
No, I'll go look at it really quick. But
and moving
I'll
quickly.
look at it. All right, I think it's doable because it's really rocky. Actually, could just step into it. Firm. Yep. It's really rocky. It is moving, but there's some rocks here. All we have to do is get right across and climb up. So I think we're gonna try to tackle it and see if we can get to the campsite we want to get to tonight. All right, we're in for low.
Is that the like crawling?
Yeah, that's
mode?
the crawling mode. Exactly.
Arriving at coordinates.
There we go. GPS
Okay.
says we're here.
Right in the middle of the river. We are here. Oh yeah, this isn't
Scroll
bad.
through. Oh yeah, it's rocky base.
Oh, and it's very shallow. Okay, so less scary than I thought it would be.
I mean, it's not super shallow. We'll film it tomorrow so you can see what we just crossed when there's enough daylight to see. Oh yeah, this is the spot.
Okay, well, I am hungry and tired.
All right, I'll
So I'd
drop us down
say
and we will call it a
Dinner
night.
and bed.
It's so cold this morning. The bike tires are even covered with ice. Can you see the steam coming off them? Taking the dogs to walk down to the water crossing to check out what that looks like. I'm sure they're going to jump in and go for a swim, even though it's very cold out. The water crossing wasn't terrible, but that is a decent sized hill to climb coming out of it. That's what we did last night. This is the water crossing to our side. A little less scary in the daytime when you can kind of see what all is involved versus at night where you can kind of just see ahead of you. The game plan for the rest of this trip is to explore the San Juans. So we're going up to Animas Forks Ghost Town, and then we're going to Velocity Basin. Getting to those places, we're going to be doing some trails and exploring, kind of seeing what this area has to offer. And then we also are hoping, really hoping, to catch the trees changing color. We saw a little bit on the way up here, but we're hoping to see a lot more as we explore.
On our way, we saw this old structure and what looks like a waterfall tucked back here. So we are taking a quick pause to go explore.
It's just, these rock faces are huge. They go up this gorge and it's really pretty.
I'm just like sneaking my way up like the semi-dry side to check it out. This is why you stop for spontaneous adventures. I'm gonna see if I can make it across here without getting too wet. I really wanna see like where it goes around the corner. I needed two hands to make it across the really watery section. I wanted to peek inside the canyon here. Got my feet a little wet, not the worst. I think they'll dry pretty quickly. There's a big old cave right back here that I just peeked into and then pretty quickly left. It freaked me out a little bit that I couldn't see the end of it. It's pretty dark in there.
What do you think about that stop?
That was fun. I wonder how many little like waterfalls and streams and things are around here if we just like pulled off the road and went searching for them.
Yeah.
Probably hundreds and hundreds.
Now we're going to continue up the road and head towards Animas Forks, which this road looks like it gets a lot more steeper and a little bit more of a shelf. It should be an interesting drive up.
Welcome to Animas Forks Ghost Town. The first person showed up here at Animas Forks in 1873, and then by 1885 this place was booming at about 450 residents, which was the height of the entire town. Since we're above 11,000 feet here, the winters are extremely harsh. In 1873, there was a snowstorm that lasted 23 days and it buried the town in under 25 feet of snow. So they had to build tunnels between their different buildings to be able to get around and function and operate. So naturally, when mining kind of declined, metal prices dropped, no one really decided to stick around. Last ghost town we visited was Bodie Ghost Town, which was really cool, but the special thing about Animas Forks is that all of these buildings are open to the public.
You can go into most of the old buildings here and look around and see kind of what's left standing after all these years.
The Duncan House is definitely the biggest one in the whole area. It is 2 stories. The staircase still functions perfectly. There's still glass in the windows. It's a really well-preserved area. But there's still like a lot of graffiti on the wall, which is kind of a bummer since this is such a treasured piece of history.
This is the old jail. Still has the bars on the windows, and the walls, are super thick. I think they look like 2x6s, and they just laid them across and then made the walls. So it's a very thick, probably extremely sturdy structure because they want to obviously keep people inside, and there are 2 cells, one on each side.
All the people up here are either in Jeeps or in Razors. And so we pull in on EarthRoamer and every head is turning. I felt like I was at a zoo.
Everyone wanted to talk to us about it. It's rare you see something this big tackle these trails all the way up here.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna head to see if we can find a camp up in this basin. We timed this perfectly though because the peaks got capped with a dusting of snow. So any earlier and we would not have got the snow. And then any later and it might be too much snow.
Here's the challenge. I can't pull it back, but I can't clip it because it's way too far above my head. So you're gonna have to get close. I'm gonna stand on the bumper and clip as we go. Clippers to the rescue. That was our first tree trimming. I think it worked pretty well.
Okay, come look at these. Look at these ruts. We sunk pretty deeply in this as we were trying to find a camp spot.
Oh yeah, look at that. It is super soft. Well,
I feel a little bad for like rutting up this spot.
Yeah.
But also like, what can you do? You don't know until you roll over the ground.
Yeah, it'll level itself out over time, I think, with some moisture.
Like, kick
Yeah, we'll try to flatten out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only a few campsites here right near Animas Forks, and we are lucky enough to be going early enough in the day to be able to snag one of these campsites. So we're changing our plans to be able to camp here with these incredible views. Look at this. This is amazing. And then we'll just make up the time later on.
For dinner today, we're doing kebabs on the barbecue. EarthRoamer replaced it, which is wonderful, and we get a barbecue in a place like this. And those look really good. We'll do some rice and have a great meal. Should be an amazing campsite for the night. Today we are heading back down this trail, and then we're gonna hopefully get over to Velocity Basin by tonight. I'm not really sure what the trail up to Velocity Basin's like. I think we're gonna find out shortly today, and it hopefully will be some incredible views like this was. And honestly, this camp was pretty epic, so I'm really hoping that camp is just as epic, if not more epic. We just got on the road up to Velocity Basin, and so far it's a really nicely maintained fire road, albeit that could change pretty quickly. Supposedly there's a lake at the very top that we could potentially camp near, and I heard Velocity Basin was named that way because it used to be used by skiers to set world records on speed. It could be completely wrong with what I heard on that, so if you know different, drop a comment below and let us know. But I'm super excited to see what it looks like when we get up there. I've heard a lot about this area.
You don't think that like bowl up there is what they're referring to as Velocity Basin, do you?
I think so.
Because if so, that's just straight down.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gotta be.
That would be insane to ski. There appears to be only one campsite here, which we snagged, so it's a good thing that no one else is here. And we're gonna go on a little scouting walk in case we're wrong, and there are other places to camp, and just kind of see what's up at the trailhead.
So right at the bottom of this bowl is a lake, which looks like it's probably all snow melt. There's still a lot of snow right across the way here. I think that between the rocks, that line down that bowl is what they probably tried to shoot for to get the highest speed to break the speed records on skis.
Where there is a body of water, there is a Nia standing in it. How cold is it? Let's see how cold this is. Oh, it's like icicles.
So we have decided that we are going to come up to this top part and park at the little parking lot roundabout thing here, and we'll sleep up here for the night because the other spot has just a cliff outside the door. Worried about the dogs in the middle of the night, so this one looks like people have already camped here. There are fire pits, so we'll just park over here on the edge out of the way. And plus we'll have that view out the window of Velocity Basin. This is gonna be camp for the night, and it should be really cool as we watch the sunset kind of behind the peaks and get to see it from the view of the EarthRoamer.